Hello, and a warm and hearty welcome to the Lough Key Trail. You are about to go on a wonderful journey that will take you back through time, down into the earth, and up into the very treetops, to places you have never been before. You will discover how mankind has shaped this rich landscape over many generations. You'll be introduced to a way of life in Rockingham House that is now long gone. And you'll also find out about the wildlife that thrives in these forests and in the loch. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what in the name of goodness is this? Why would anyone build a tunnel here? Where does it go? And what could it have been used for? Well, stop here for a moment and I'll explain. Our story starts over 400 years ago, around 1603, when Sir John King first settled in these parts. He built up his lands in and around the town of Boyle, and he laid the foundations for the King family, becoming one of the most powerful and wealthy families in Ireland for the following 350 years. Then, around 1730, Sir Henry King, descendant of Sir John's, built King House, a fine Georgian mansion that stands in the centre of the town of Boyle. It's a splendid building. You may have seen it if you pass through Boyle. It's well worth a visit. King House was sold after being damaged by fire in 1788. And in 1809, Robert Edward King, later to become Lord Lorton, commissioned the famous English architect John Nash to design a grand new family seat, Rockingham House. The site chosen for the new house is on the summit of this hill, and it commanded superb views northwards over Lough Key, which you will soon see. All of which leads us back to this very tunnel. Well, here we are in the open air. But you have to imagine that we are standing in what used to be below stairs at Rockingham House. What you see in front of you is the massive imprint of the upper basement of the house. All that's left after the disastrous fire of 1957. The original basement was actually much larger, being this and another story below. It was so big that in later years his lordship had a ramp built from ground level down into it, so that he could use some of the space as a garage for his and his guests' cars. Could you believe it? Now, you can imagine from the size of this floor just how huge the house must have been. But big as the house was, the entire estate was enormous. You'll get a better idea of its scale later. And here we are at the top of the second tunnel. Rare wildlife and unusual natural phenomenon flourish in this tunnel. So again, I would ask you to respect this place and leave no trace of our having passed through it. This tunnel linked Rockingham to the loch and was mainly used to transport fuel, food and other goods up to the great house. Coal was brought from the nearby Arigna coal mines by donkey and cart. Wood and turf would be brought by boat and offloaded at the quay down by the loch shore. Sometimes a donkey or a pony would be used to bring it into the basement for storage. Keeping Rockingham House warm required a lot of fuel and a lot of hard manual labour in those days. Now you're in for a treat. Here we are at the start of the tree canopy walk. I hope you got a good head for heights, because soon we're going to be high up in the treetops. But don't worry, it's all perfectly safe. Just make sure you follow the health and safety procedures on the information sign. And remember, leave no trace. The tree canopy walk winds its way for about 300 metres through the foliage of trees lining the shore of Lough Key. It will take us over 10 metres up into the canopy and you'll get a bird's eye view of the natural world. it's a wonderful opportunity to get a close-up view of the plant and animal communities that thrive above us. There are information points along the walk, each with a story to tell. Take your time and read them at your leisure. But before you go, loop the strap on your handset over your head to keep your hands free for the handrail. Enjoy the walk in peace, and I'll join you again in a while when we find out more about Castle Island and the Irish family who ruled the kingdom of Lough. It may be hard to believe, but the small island you can see over there was once one of the most important places in the whole of these lands. For about 500 years, from 1185, it was home to the MacDermott family, kings of Lough. Nowadays, it is known as Castle Island, and the castle you can see on it is in fact a folly built by Lord Lorton in the early 1800s. But back in the old days, it was called the Rock, and it was here that the MacDermotts held court, gave judgments, and entertained their guests. Indeed, I've been told that their hospitality was renowned. Family tradition decreed that no one calling should ever be refused food and shelter, and the ancient chronicles, the Annals of Lough Key, record many great social gatherings hosted by the MacDermotts. Sadly, one of these in 1187 ended in tragedy when lightning struck the place, and over 120 people lost their lives. On the 15th of August, 1599, the MacDermotts, together with the O'Rourkes and the O'Donnells, defeated the English forces at the Battle of the Curlews, some 5 kilometres from here. However, this was the last notable victory for the Irish, and the MacDermotts' fortunes declined following defeat for the Irish at the Battle of Kinsale in 1601. Some of the MacDermotts are buried at Boyle Abbey, but the family name continues, and the head of the family, known as the MacDermott Prince of Colavin, is still recognised as chief of his clan. Well, that brings us to the end of our journey through time at Lough Key. I hope you've enjoyed finding out about this special place. I have certainly enjoyed being your guide. Please make your way back to the visitor centre to return your handsets. You'll find lots more information in the visitor centre about other places of interest to visit in County Roscommon, including King House, the magnificently restored 18th century mansion in Boyle. Bye now, and safe onward journey.